Hi there, it's Mark again. Another quick vid. This one is about disc rot. Now, you may not know what disc rot is, or you may not have seen it, but I'll try and explain as best I can. So what we have here are two copies of the same CD. They look different, but they've got the same track listing and they're released by the same company, ASV. This one came free with CD Review magazine, and this one is just a normal CD. The difference is they were made by two different companies, and you'll see in a minute this one was made by a different company to that one. If I zoom in there as best I can, excuse the shadows and everything else, it's mastered and manufactured by PDO, and that's quite important. So let's take the discs out of the cases and sleeves and see what we can see. Right, there's the two CDs. This one is made by a company called May King Records, Mayking, in 1993. And same year, this one was made by, as you can see, that's my face as well, PDO. The difference is, it's not showing up very well on this. If you look at that there, it's very bronzy looking, whereas this one is completely silver. That's because this disc suffers from disc rot. It's where the discs were manufactured incorrectly, and there's the layers of the CD weren't sealed properly. They get contaminated, and eventually they start to rot basically, and eventually they'll become unplayable. The only reason I know this is because I've got other CDs which I'll show you in a minute with the same problem, and yeah, they are quite severe. This one is not as bad as the other two, but when I tried to copy this CD, it wouldn't rip, and in fact when you try to play it, it only plays up to tracks. Let's have a look how many tracks are on it. There's 17 tracks on it, and you can't really see that side, but it would only play it to about tracks 10 or 11, and then it would start to skip, and eventually it would stop. So not any, but most of the discs manufactured by PDO in the early 90s may well suffer from this disc rot. And I don't know if you can just see, if I turn it over, I'm trying to see where the manufacturers, that one just says made in the UK on it, which is just there, just about see made in the UK. But that is obviously a PDO disc because it says it's a PDO disc, but actually disc rot can get much worse, and I'm going to take these two discs out of the way and show you another one. There we are. This disc is called Overtures. It's a lovely CD, actually, Decca recordings from 1976, but released in the early 90s. And you can see, depending on how I tilt my camera, that is starting to go really, really brown. And if I turn it over and look for it, it's very hard to see. It will just about make out made in the UK by PDO. You might just, there we are. So that one, again, plays, but gets very sort of scratchy and distorted towards the end, but it does play to the end. But just because a disc has got disc rot doesn't mean to say that it's unsalvageable, and I'll demonstrate that to you now. 1991, Van Morrison's Into the Silence, released on Polydor, discs manufactured by PDO. I'll open the box and you'll be able to see how bad disc rot can get. And there you go, look at that. They started off silver, and it sort of shows it on the camera, but they've got a really deep bronze, almost gold colour, and at the edges I've started to lose some of the coating, but miraculously these CDs play all the way through. I have made copies because I know this is quite a hard CD to get hold of, but yeah, again, if I can trying to find where it says it was made by PDO, but it's definitely PDO discs. No, it doesn't show up, but anyway, just as a warning, if you do buy secondhand CDs and one of them looks like that, It could play, it might not play, but look on the inside of the disc there where the wording is. If it says manufactured by PDO and it's that colour, or maybe not as bad as that, maybe like one of the others, there's every chance that it may not play. So just a warning. You probably already know this anyway, but anyway, that's the end of another quick vid, and I'll be back soon with another one.